Hi, welcome to Bruce's Garage. I'm Bruce, and we're outside in the driveway today getting ready to wash this Toyota Highlander. I am using a new shampoo today by Pan the Organizer. It's the Clean brand. It's this pH neutral shampoo that I wanted to give it a try and just see how good it really was. I've watched a lot of videos on it and it seems like it's pretty good. And one thing that really attracted me was to how well it cleaned to the surface. But I wanted to see for myself, does it clean and does it really cling as well as everybody shows it? So come on in and let's take a look at clean and see if it does indeed clean. And let's have some fun. All right, we're gonna try clean. I have 1 ounce in a full foam cannon. So I have 1,000 milliliters total with 1 ounce of clean. All right, as you can see, I foamed it fairly heavy. This is 1 ounce in a full foam cannon. So again, you can use 1 to 2 ounces. Pan recommended 1 for good foam and 2 ounces for real thick and heavy. This is definitely not thick and heavy. We'll see how long this clings. Looks like the only thing that's being rejected is from the driver's window, which I'm not sure. Looks like there might be some protection on it. I've handled this vehicle before. I don't think there is any protection, but there's something on there rejecting it. We'll go ahead and foam the rest of the vehicle while this dwells.
Let's get it. Ooh, yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ooh, yeah. Let's get it. Faster, stronger, moving light speed.
So you can see the foam is still clinging way up here pretty well. So that's a good sign. I do like that it is clinging. I would say it's a bit longer than what most snow foams that I've used have clung to the surface, particularly when you look at this back window. Just look at that. It's still clinging on there really well. And even on these side panels, I would say it's still clinging on pretty darn well. The foam was not thick, but again, I used 1 ounce. So if you use 2 ounces, I think you'd probably get thicker foam. But overall, I'd say that's a good cling to the surface. Let's go ahead and give it a rinse. The thing I find interesting so far is even when rinsing, you can see it wants to cling. If I didn't put the pressure washer right there, it's still wanting to cling. I see that as an advantage. I think the rinse off was really smooth, but it's really nice to see it still want to cling before it's getting a large amount of water. Just so we could get a good test here, I went ahead and filled the foam cannon with 2 ounces of clean with a full foam cannon of water. So we're going to do this again just to see how much thicker this foam is.
Faster, stronger, moving light speed. Work it longer, we a different breed. Living larger, chasing the dream. Push it farther, better than you ever seen. Pedal to the metal, we going far. Foot on the gas, just getting started. started. Let's get it started. Pave the way, roads uncharted. No problem, we ain't solving. 1, 2, 3, let's get it.
All right, well, I laid it on pretty heavy there. That's 2 ounces of clean in a 1000 mil foam cannon. So pretty much full foam cannon, 2 ounces of clean. I think that's a much thicker foam. Again, you can see it's clinging on there pretty amazingly, quite honestly. It's bringing dirt down, but it is really kind of staying put. So I think that is a real advantage, particularly because I'm going to do a contact wash now, and so I want foam on the surface. And I'm going to go ahead and continue foaming the vehicle.
Let's get it started. Are you ready? Here we go. Started. Let's get it. Started. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's get it.
This foam is still really clinging on the surface nice. All right, let's give it a shot here on the contact wash.
Let's get it started. Let's get it. Let's get it started.
Plenty of foam that's still on the surface. Nice and slick, without question. Maybe a slight fragrance. Not much that I'm really detecting outside here. The thing also that I really like about this shampoo is that it's very liquid in form within the bottle, so it's not thick. You've probably heard maybe some other people comment about that. I think that's a good thing. When you get a really thick solution, sometimes it's hard to get all of that out of your measuring cup into your foam cannon or bucket. The amount of suds that are still on the surface is really good. Definitely stays put, but very, very thick, lubricating, no question. Really good. I think this is a really good snow foam. Now, let me say one thing about it, and I do need to check, but it is a rather expensive shampoo. Certainly a good product though, I can tell you that. I mean, I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. I think it clings longer than other soaps. Again, whether it's worth additional cost, I think you have to make that decision. All right, so we've had fun sudsing up this Toyota Highlander, getting it all clean, using Clean by Pan the Organizer. So his soap that was recently released, this is a 16-ounce bottle. And overall, my impressions are, number one thing that I really like is that it's very liquid. So it's not a thick, heavy type of liquid. This is a thinner liquid, which actually just makes it easier to dispense and measure. The foam really hung on the vehicle well. It stayed wet a long time, which it says it's supposed to do it. It is safe to be used in the sun. And indeed, all of that worked as designed. If you recall, when I first did it, I did 1 ounce in the foam cannon, which according to the label is good foam. And it was decent foam. Let's face it, it was reasonable, but I like thicker foam. And so we tried it again and did 2 ounces in the foam cannon, and that was thicker. Now, when you think about the cost of this, so I looked at 3 pH neutral soaps that I use on a regular basis, this being the newest one that I'm trying. But I use Incredible Suds from DIY Detail. I've been using that quite a bit. And I also traditionally have always used Gentle Snow Foam from Coach Emmy. But honestly, I would tell you after using all 3 of these, I like all 3. I think all 3 do the job. I would say that the one that stays on the vehicle the longest, this is subjective, didn't test them all right in front of me, at one time. I would say Clean by Pan definitely stays on the vehicle the longest, but it's also the most expensive. So let's break down the cost of these. So this is for a 16-ounce bottle is $18.99. Now, of course, if you buy larger quantities of any of these soaps, so if you buy the 5-gallon, or excuse me, the gallon or the 5-liter, you're going to save quite a bit. But let's first compare just these sizes, the 16-ounce size, or in the Koshemi, the 1-liter. So 16 ounces of Clean shampoo by Pan the Organizer is $18.99, or that works out to $1.19 an ounce. If we compare that to Incredible Suds by DIY Detail, so this is, again, a 16-ounce bottle. That is $17.99, so $1 cheaper than Pan soap. It's $1.12 per ounce. So right now we've got Clean by Pan the Organizer, $1.19 an ounce. Incredible Suds is $1.12 an ounce. And if you break out the 33 ounces coming in 1-liter GSF by Koshemi, comes out to it's $27.99 for a liter bottle, and that works out to 83 cents per ounce. So Gentle Snow Foam is the least expensive of the three. Now let's compare if we buy the larger volume. So in the case of Gentle Snow Foam, if I buy and I have the 5-liter, that actually is 169 ounces, and that's $92.99 when I just checked today. So that's 55 cents an ounce. So keep in mind, all of these, you're going to see a pretty decent drop in cost per ounce when you buy the larger volume. Incredible Suds in the 1-gallon container, which is 128 ounces, is $74.99. That brings it to 59 cents an ounce. So just a little bit more than Gentle Snow Foam. Interestingly, though, remember, Clean was the most expensive of the three in the 16-ounce bottle on a per ounce basis. But when you buy this in the gallon at 128 ounces, it's $64.99. It comes out to 51 cents per ounce. So it becomes the cheapest. But they're all pretty close. 51 cents, 55 cents, 59 cents. They're all pretty close. So the moral to the story is, I think they're all good. Pick one of the pH neutral foams you like. I think these three certainly work well. And there's others on the market too that I haven't used. These are just, again, Incredible Suds and GSF are the ones I've used the most. Clean, first time I used today. Will I be buying more of Clean? I don't think so. Well, why not? Well, quite honestly, I'm happy with GSF and Incredible Suds. I probably won't buy more Incredible Suds. I have a lot of GSF available. I have a brand new 5-liter that I just cracked open not that long ago. So it's not that I think GSF is heads and shoulders above any of these other products. I think they're comparable. I think Clean by Pan the Organizer might be a bit better at, again, staying wet on the surface longer. Is that worth more money to me if I run out of GSF, run out of Incredible Suds? Will I buy the gallon of Clean? Maybe, because if I buy the gallon, it's actually the cheapest. So maybe I'd give this a shot. Certainly, I'm not saying don't get it. Just be aware of the cost, be aware of its strengths. My goal in all of this was to share with you what I use, the cost comparison, and my experience using those products. So I can certainly say without any hesitation that all three of these products, Gentle Snow Foam by Koshemi, Incredible Suds by DIY Detail, and Clean Shampoo by Pan the Organizer, all three are very solid products. I have no hesitation using any one of those. I think they all foam really well. And I think they all have a lot of lubrication and work really well. So find what works for you. And most importantly, just have fun detailing with it. That's the most important thing. So if you're interested in incredible suds or clean by pan the organizer, of course, you can use code Bruce's Garage at the House of Rags and get that at a discounted price. And if you really like gentle snow foam, of course, you can check that out at Car Supplies Warehouse. I'll have links for all of these products in the description below. And honestly, when you use one of those links, I appreciate it. It helps support the channel. And of course, hopefully you get a little bit of a discount as well. And I'm grateful that you spent the time watching. And I hope this was helpful about pH neutral shampoos and specifically about Clean by Pan the Organizer. So go out in your garage, have fun detailing, and have a great day.